Hi everyone, welcome to another amazing episode of Conversations with Ife Talks. I am excited, delighted to be here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always liking, sharing, subscribing. In fact, it's a comment that is even bringing me back here today, right? Last week we talked about something important, showing kindness. And I want to take it from there because there's a conversation about when do you strike the balance. People just go off work with the excuse of being sick. And I'm going to share a story. I always have stories to share. Some years ago, I had a boss. No, let me never talk about him now. I worked somewhere, and during that period, it was such a very trying year for me. I've shared my story about how we lost the pregnancy and all that. Now, during that year, my first trimesters are always crazy. I'm always in and out of the hospital collecting drip and all that. So you can just imagine how much excuse I had taken from work because I was not feeling well. I was sick. And then we lost the baby. I was away again for under 2-3 weeks before I went back to work. And, life continued, life happened. One day I was in a conversation with my boss and I was like, I don't even have any leave days this year because, you've been away from work for let's say 2 months. What leave days do you expect to still have? And the man was like, really? Have you gone on leave this year? I'm like, I've gone on more than leave this year, sir. And he was like, hey, when? I said, that period now, when I wasn't feeling well, all that stuff. He was like, that's not leave. You were sick. That was a health issue. That's not leave. My dear, you're going on your leave. You still have your 1 month intact, 20 days. I was like, what? So are you saying that I can still go on my normal annual leave this year? And I was like, of course. That's a health issue that you had and has nothing to do with your leave and it's not something that was planned for. I felt like crying. I'm like, it was like, Ife, you are an asset. You work hard. I've seen you committed here. And I know that was a situation in your life where you needed to be away from work. You're not someone who runs away from work and all that. I felt so, I don't even know the word. It was such an emotional time for me, It was just so good that, wow, this man can be so kind. Where am I going to? I want to balance it, right? I'd shown commitment to this man, my boss. He had seen that this girl is hardworking. This girl is diligent. This girl is committed. So if there are days where I cannot be 100%, he can give excuse for me and say, I know Ife. I know that she will show up. I know she will put in her best. I know she will work hard. I know she will be diligent. If she not show up today, it's because there's a valid reason for it. And that's the balance. Let's not just sit and think that, people should just, always give an excuse. For what commitment have you shown that can make people give excuse for you on the days that your energy is low? On the days you're 100, you go 120%, you do 150% because there's some days that you only have 10% to give. Not because you just don't have the energy, but people will remember your 150%, your 120%. And I'm not just talking about office work, and I'm talking about life in general. Whatever it is that you are doing, that you're committed to, give your all to it. Be committed. Put your heart, be diligent in your assignment. Why? Because people need to be able to give an excuse for the days where you cannot be 100%. Let people know you for who you are. Last week, we talked about Mary's boss. Mary's boss, what I would have expected was that Mary is always on point. Mary is always diligent. Mary's boss should just have easily said, this girl is not like this. If she needs time off, give her time off. She has earned it. She has shown commitment to this organization. It's not her fault that she's not feeling well. You don't have control over that. So the balance is the days where your energy is 100%, give 100%, give 150%, give 120%. Because the days where you don't have 10% or 20% to give, people will give an excuse and say, this person is not like this. If she needs time off, then let her get time off. If she's unable to keep up with the energy, we know that she's naturally a committed person. I hope you understand the balance now, because I just wanted to respond to that, question. All right. We all have our moments, but don't let your down moments overshadow your up moments. That when you are great, be there, be committed, put passion, energy, let people feel your impact, so that when you're absent, when you're absent, they can feel your absence. That, wow, if Ife was here, this would have been better. If Ife was here, this would have worked. If Ife was here, they would always be able to give an excuse for you. So my word for you today is always show up, show out, be consistent, be diligent, be passionate about what it is that you are doing, because whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all of your heart. I hope this has been of value to you as it has been of value to me. I'm excited again to be here. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for listening, for liking, sharing. Remember to subscribe. And I'll see you again at the next conversation with the Feds. Bye for now.